Hey folks. All right, so welcome to a very special episode of the Tunguska Guitars YouTube channel podcast thing. Dogs. So it's been a second since we've done an episode, and I am woefully behind on editing. Mark's gonna beat me with sticks. He keeps eyeing ball bats in corners and threatening horrible repercussions. Well, no, not really. But I'm feeling really bad because we've got a whole bunch of stuff that's in the pipeline. He's finishing up the Janus build, little Harley Benton that we're tweaking up and making better and giving away. And that's all wrapping up even as we speak. A couple other projects are in the works. Building the business up, that has to get done. That episode where we actually explain some of the stuff we've done, I swear it's coming. But it's just been very, very busy lately. And in the meantime, we have two commissions that are being finished up right now. One is the lap steel, and then there's the version of the V1 from my buddy Gary. So if you've been watching any of our stuff, you know that we tend to do things that are transparent finishes, natural wood finishes, oil finishes, that kind of thing. But the very first guitar I did, this one here, is a solid color. And that's what Gary wants. Not only does he want a solid color, he wants that color and this guitar. Not this guitar, a new guitar. One that's gonna have a stop tailpiece and some killer pickups. Mark's winding up right now. So, okay, no big deal. I thought, well, you know, I'll just go and get the same can of rattle-can I got from Guitar Re-Ranch when I built that one. Guitar Re-Ranch is gone. It is a sad, sad thing, and it seems to be gone. They kind of disappeared through COVID, and there's very, very little information about whatever happened, but that, was it? Some kind of teal. I can't remember the name of the paint, but it's just, I can't get it. And I thought, well, okay, I'll just do what I would always do. I'll go get the StewMac stuff and we will do that. So anyway, I'm gonna go into the booth here. Well, the first problem is I botched the color. Trying to mix this stuff is a little tricky when you're trying to match from scratch. And as you can see, one coat in, it's very, very transparent. So let's talk about that a little. Since I can't use the Guitar Re-Ranch color and I've got to match it myself, I thought, well, I'll see what I can do. First time I've shot nitro in a long time, so we're doing nitro on this. Went and did all the research, and it's like, okay, looks like the only way I can tint this thing, and I'm using the StewMac series of products. One of the things that I've been told and read, and it seems to be absolutely a true thing, is you don't want to mix and match brands. So like, I don't want to use the StewMac vinyl sealer and a Minwax color and some automotive clear coat. There's a real good chance that they won't be compatible with each other as well as they should. They could separate, they could delaminate, they could just look terrible. So I will take the advice of people that know and stick with a brand. So I got the StewMac vinyl sealer, the clear, in a can. In fact, this can. Because I've got a spray gun and I want to use a spray gun. It makes perfect sense. I don't want to use the rattle cans because very limited number of colors. I have to match this color. Been going back and forth with StewMac's technical support folks, and they said that the old color tone tints that they used to have, the ones that would go into this kind of thing, the pigments, just the manufacturer stopped making them. They can't find anyone else to do it. So the Mixol is as close as they've been able to come, and I believe they're still trying to find a solution to that, but for the time being, that's it. So Okay, great. Looks like from the instructions on the Mixol, I just pour enough of that stuff in, add it to my clear lacquer, and nope, that's the thinner, and it's this clear lacquer right here. So the tints in the clear lacquer are going to be really hard to get opaque. And even trying to figure that out took forever, because one, I can't find any information on this at all, like anywhere. And I have dug and dug and dug, which is part of why I'm doing this damn video, is because I figure if I've been looking, someone else has, and maybe this will be helpful. On the Mixol site, it shows different concentrations of the pigments to get a desired color. But what it doesn't explain is how that equates to the opacity of the color. So it's like a percent, like 10% seems to be the most they want to mix in, and that's the color. And then it's just less percent mixed into your medium. But it doesn't say how transparent it is. And I looked and looked and looked, couldn't find anything, did research, couldn't find anything, tried to find videos, couldn't find anything. Finally, looking back at the Mixol color cards, I noticed this one, the white. And since it's white on a white background, they used a fake wood grain underneath to show how opaque it is. And lo and behold, the 10% looks like it's supposed to be totally opaque. Except I'm using clear lacquer on a wood guitar. You know, I didn't prime it because I used the vinyl sealer, and I used the clear vinyl sealer. I know this is like going on and on, but I think it's important. So, talking with the technical guys at StewMac, what they suggest is using either a gray vinyl sealer or a white vinyl sealer, which is great. The only problem is it only comes in a rattle-can. No big deal. I mean, I'll do what I have to do, but apparently they're even in the process of maybe making, you know, the white and the gray in these cans. I hope they do. The guy I'm talking to hopes they do. So all will be well eventually. But anyway, so what I'm about to attempt to do is I'm going to hit the guitar. I'm going to hit it with the white vinyl sealer in a rattle-can. I'm going to scuff it up, do a 400 grit sandpaper scuff pass just to make sure it's going to stick. And I did check with them. I said, now that I've got color on it, will the white sealer go over the color, which is over clear sealer? And they're like, yeah, no problem. It'll all melt together. So, okay, cool. So I can get this thing white. And then I've got the colors I need to perfectly match the other one. And that was also on the Mixol site. There's a series of cards that are kind of hard to find, but they show different color combinations. It shows the percentage of two different colors you need to make it. So that's what's going to happen. I hope this works, and if it does, by God, I'm going to post this video as quickly as possible, and I'm going to tag the hell out of it so people can find this, because this information needs to be out there. It would have made my life so much easier, and I also believe I would already be done with the project. So, let's go. All right. 2 coats of sealer on it, white sealer. It looks pretty good. Gonna let it dry. Go out where the air is wonderful and fresh. And I might be able to get the first coat of color on this afternoon. We'll see. All right. So the the white sealer seems to have done the trick. As I said a second ago, probably. It's been a long day. So now it's time to make some color. And according to the Mixol website, I mean, I may have gone a little overboard in the procuring of colors, but according to them, to get this lovely teal, I need 1 part number 9 and 3 parts number 12. Fur green or a tannengrün and blau. So anyway, before I go too much farther, one thing I want to make sure I talk about is mixing it. Everything I've seen on the StewMac site and a couple other places say, oh, I used this stuff, but it was really grainy and it was shooting blobs out of the gun and it didn't mix well. And they say on their site, StewMac and otherwise, mix, mix, mix. So I recommend going to Home Depot or Lowe's or your favorite little hardware store and buy one of these little stirrers and use this. Why this? Well, because this stuff can explode. And a hand drill, electric drill, is electric. And sometimes there's sparks, depending on your model. So I am not even going to remotely tempt that fate because I would not win. So anyway, let's just go for it. I'm going to be very, very gentle with this because my normal experience would be to knock this whole damn thing over. I don't know how much of the spraying part I'm going to actually film because, one, I don't want to put my phone in there with all the spray, and 2, I kind of want to concentrate on this. So here I go. Wish me luck. First pass done. So it's gone from a lovely warm Indian summer 83-degree high yesterday to a high of 50 today. Let's take a look at where it's at. Actually, it's not too bad in here. It's 59. Let's see if I can keep it that way. So to recap, was not entirely sure if putting the Mixol pigments into clear nitro would result in an opaque finish. A little more research, a little more questions asked of the folks at StewMac and a couple other places indicated that if I were to use a solid primer, solid vinyl sealer, in this case rattle-can of white, would solve the problem, or at least should, as they really weren't positive. And I think we can say the answer is yes. All right. I would say that is a pretty nice opaque color. Doing the white vinyl sealer absolutely did the trick. it's doable. You can do it. You don't have to limit yourself to the rattle cans that have pre-existing colors in them. If you want a custom solid color, if you're doing tints, doesn't matter. If you're just, you know, letting the wood show, doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. But I'd been looking for this information forever. I wanted you to have it too. So I'm gonna finish spraying this thing, and I'm not turning the heat on first. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave comments if you have some brilliant notions of your own on this subject, and see you next time.